What is going on, guys? My name is Stuber, and I'm here to break down day number 3 of the basketball tournament over on Prizepicks.com. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite play of the day. I'm going to be giving away a few of my favorite plays of the day for completely free right here, so I hope you guys enjoy, but let's just jump right into it. So when the projections came out for Prizepicks, I think there was a lot of recency bias from what happened in games 1. And while I do take some of the information from game 1 in mind when I'm making these projections today, or when I'm taking the overs and unders on these, I think that they were a bit overblown. Another thing to mention, there are a couple players that just aren't playing, and you're not getting all that much information on whether they're playing or not before the game. So I'm going to be hounding kind of some of these guys running the team accounts to see if they are playing, because guys like Bryce Brown with a projection of 23.1, probably, you know, a top 3 player in his region, is only projected for 23.1 fantasy points, and he is an absolute bucket. If we go over to single stats and we go to his points, it's at 16. If we get information that he's playing, and he does play in the first game, so you can add him to your parlays. If he is indeed playing, he's going to be one of the better players. But as of right now, if you look at their team on the tournament.com, he is not currently on the roster, but he is on the board right here. But if he does play, I do love the over on both his points and fantasy points. So I will be in the Discord talking about that if he does indeed play. So if you guys want to join that Discord, it's completely free. Link is below. Same thing with Marcus Keene. You know, he's probably the best player in the entire tournament. Won the tournament last year, was the best player on that team by far. His projection, his fantasy points is only at 30.6. I absolutely love the over on that guy. If he is indeed playing, again, we're going to have to watch out for some news if he is playing. But some guys that I know for a fact that are playing and played in the first game are guys like Marvell Harris, Justin Denton. Justin Denton in particular, 25 fantasy score. I like his points prop as well. I think I like his fantasy points a bit more. But man, only 14.5 for his real points. Man, it's hard for me to pick between the two. Unfortunately, you can't play both, but I think both of them are very, very strong plays. If you watched the basketball tournament last year, he led the entire tournament in points per game at 22, led them pretty deep into the tournament. And in the first game, he was supposed to be the second best player on that team, behind Jerome Randall, but Jerome Randall ended up being a late scratch to the team and to the tournament, so he is no longer playing. That led to more shots for a guy like Marvell Harris. And Justin Denton, he again this year shot 13 times, played the most minutes on this team at nearly 33. Which is something you really want to look for when it comes to the basketball tournament. You want to, the minutes are everything, because some of these teams get spread out so thin that it's hard to play them. You know, they ran like a really short rotation on this team, but most of these guys played less than 10 minutes. But we get 33 minutes from Denton. Like I said, he shot 13 times, but only made 2 shots. And his projection in the first game was around 30 points, and now it's down to 25. I don't understand why that would be. When he shot 13 times, it just seems like he had an off day in terms of shooting. If he shot a bit better, he should hit over 25 fantasy points every single time. He is a big time lock for me. And to pair him, I'm going to pair him over with a guy from the Omaha Blue Crew, who again played 34 minutes. You know, he is kind of the general of this offense. Another super thin team where the minutes are really just being divvied up at the bottom, and then they're being solidified by guys like Manigat. You know, he shot 4 for 12, which isn't the best, but the projection on him is crazy. 22 fantasy score. If you look at him overseas, he's kind of one of those guys, like I said, a general, where he's getting some rebounds, some assists, and he's a decent enough scorer to get over 22 fantasy score. I love the over on Justin Denton and Manigat. I think both of them are far too low, but if you guys are playing, make sure to get it in as soon as possible, because the projections will start moving up and down based on where we're putting our money at, just like a real sports book. So I would suggest getting in there now. If you guys want a free 100% deposit bonus up to $100 instantly in your account, so you get double the money to play with, make sure to use code Taylor, TAYLOR, and that helps me out a ton. And if you do that, make sure to let me know. I will give you my free the basketball tournament picks for the rest of the tournament if you do so. So just send me a screenshot of you using my code Taylor, TAYLOR. Link is in the description, and I'll help you out because you're helping me out. And yeah, if you guys already have an account and want to get some of my more of my picks on Patreon, it is $25 for a month. And it's going to include all of them, and my 5 pick is going to be up as soon as you're watching this video, so you're going to have even more of my picks to take advantage of. But I do lean the under on Rashard Kelly. He only played 27 minutes for them in the first game, and I think a lot of it had to do with how many rebounds he ended up getting, and that was because both of these teams were just missing every shot they made, and he was just falling into a lot of fantasy points. You know, if he plays 27 minutes again, I don't think it's very likely that that he scores over 33.1 fantasy points. And then earlier today, or yesterday rather, with Blakeney, this was the most frustrating thing for me because he ended up being a DNP. 3 of these TNT guys ended up being scratches for the tournament. You know, they came with 14 players, but yesterday they had an 8-man rotation, and one of the guys only played 6 minutes. One of them only played 13, one of them played 18, and it was really top heavy in terms of minutes, with Warren and Dominic Jones playing 34 and 33 minutes. They ran the entire offense. They had 11 of the 17 assists. I like the over on both these guys a good bit. I do lean towards them. They're at, if we go over here to Prizepicks, 23 fantasy score for Warren. You know, if he's going to play 34, 35 minutes, I mean, he has to average like 0.7 fantasy points per minute to get over. That's really doable when he's the second guy on the offense. And then Dominic Jones at 33.6, a bit different, but I do like it, more of the same. And yeah, guys, I have a lot more picks on my Patreon if you guys want to check that out. Link is in the description. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Join the Discord. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Hit me up on Twitter or Discord. Would be more than happy to help you out. Let's get this money today. Appreciate you guys being here. Until next time, peace.